I'm Ellen.
Ah, wonderful. What are you doing so deep in the closet?
Okay, I'm not even going to say anything about that one. So, Ellen has decided to make a children's show because I guess kids don't know that they should hate her yet. That's what we're checking out today, the new HBO Max preschool cartoon, Little Ellen. So subscribe to my channel for me watching more bad content, and let's get into this. So here we are. Ellen is trying to save her floundering career after not being canceled for some criminal activity that she's done, but just partially canceled due to the scandal of her just being an awful human being. And even before all these modern scandals of Ellen came up, I really enjoyed watching other YouTubers make fun of Ellen, like Drew Gooden and Scott Kramer. Hey, I'm wearing the shirt, Scott. I got you. I don't have swim trunks on, though. That dude is like always in swim trunks. He's ready for an impromptu slip and slide. But while we all know as adults that she's not a good person, Ellen has a pretty good track record with kids, right?
Yeah.
They start dancing so crazy.
I know. It's so fun, isn't it? So I heard...
Albeit a little stiff, but I mean, good still, kinda, right? So she decided to send her Ellen servant Pikmin people to make her a children's show. Before even watching the show, it's just so obvious that Ellen's trying to pander to whatever audience will take her, so toddlers, kids with loads in their pants, but has no real interest in the show itself. Just listen to her pitch Little Ellen to her audience on her talk show, which I thought was ending. Okay, it's ending after the next season in 2022, okay.
Something else I've been working on, Little Ellen. It's a brand new animated show that imagines me as a 7-year-old growing up in New Orleans. I go on adventures with friends and family.
Already off to a great start, really sounding exciting here. I'm going on adventures with friends and family. You know, like any show.
And I'll show you a clip.
And then she's just like, cut to the clip. Just go to the clip. So then we get a small clip from the show, all right.
Wow, tough cloud.
She then repeats the punchline that last played in the clip twice to her live audience.
Tough cloud. Very tough cloud. All right. You can stream all the first 8 episodes of Little Ellen right now on Cartoonito on HBO Max.
And then, gosh, Ellen, way to just fumble through that one. You're really selling us on the show here.
And we have a Little Ellen book coming out also in the spring, so you can pre-order that now wherever books are sold, and kids are going to love it.
No, and then when it came to bringing up the children's book deal, though, she remembered to say that, oh no, go buy the book. That you actually have to pay her money for, so she remembered to say that one clearly. She didn't jumble any of those words. And that's just it. It's so obvious that this is just a cash grab for Ellen. As she said, it's just another little project for her. She didn't really put any of her soul into this. At least when other celebrities dip into children's media, it's because, you know, they have children. Like when Jack Black was on Sesame Street.
Oh, man! I totally forgot to bring an octagon!
Or with Kim Kardashian being in the new Paw Patrol movie. Now, I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian didn't have to go through like a rigorous audition process to get a role in Paw Patrol, but at least she has children that are gonna like appreciate her being in the film. She didn't take a role from another voice actor for no reason at all. At least in both of those cases, they had kids that will like the properties they're in. But Ellen doesn't have any kids. She just has, I guess, a child fan base kind of that she's trying to go for. I don't know why I bailed out on doing the air quotes there. Didn't feel justified. I'll save these bad boys for later. And you think with a show attaching a celebrity's name to the title like that, maybe that person would have more of a connection with the show. Say like with Jackie Chan Adventures, how while that wasn't based off like his real experiences in real life, it was based off his experiences on sets and kind of stories that he had been told. So at least he was consulted on the show as it was written, and he made live action cameos.
Hey Jackie, what inspired you to make this TV show?
Or just heck, since you're calling the show Little Ellen, which you don't have to call it that, you could have called it something else like Mighty Bee, which felt like an Amy Poehler reimagined her childhood, so she didn't call the character Amy Poehler, even though it was probably similar to how she might have been as a kid. You had to call the show Little Ellen, but then you don't even take from the real Ellen's childhood experiences at all. It's kind of like that one show. Disclaimer, I'm about to talk about the scumbag monster known as Bill Cosby. I know that he's a vile human being demon, actually, that deserves no respect or admiration at all. I'm just going to be analyzing his connection with the children's show that he helped create. End disclaimer. Little Bill. At least least in the case with the guy who should be in jail, he actually based the show off his real childhood experiences and again made live action appearances in the show. Although that does take away from the rewatch value. Oh no, God, get him away, get him away! Just none of that connection seems to be here with little Ellen. She doesn't do a voice for the show like how she did Dory in Finding Nemo. She's not writing for the show because, you know, she's a comedian, so you think maybe she'd write some jokes for the show. Oddly enough, she's not even listed as a creator for the show. Ellen didn't even create Little Ellen. She's just credited as an executive producer, which basically means that she threw money at the show. My theory is that she gave no attention to the creation of the show aside from financing it, stamped her name on it once it was done, and then just went, "Oh, look, I've got another project here. Someone like me for it, please." And honestly, that just doesn't bode well for the quality of the show before getting into it. But hey, you know what they say, don't knock it until you try it, so I'm not gonna knock it, I'm just gonna try it and come back with all the roasts and hot, spicy takes that... Oh God, I think I like Little Ellen. Okay, I don't mean I liked it like as in it's a good show. It's not like some quality show you need to be going out and watching like how I thought Jellystone was. But for the age demographic it's meant for, which is preschool children, it's not bad. It's passable. Pretty good. I just can't hate it like I wanted to. And I think that's because it basically has nothing to do with Ellen. Which is kind of an oxymoron, yes, because I know the show stars a 7-year-old version of Ellen, but other than that, it really doesn't matter that the show's about Ellen. It's not voiced by Ellen.
We definitely had fun pretending to be adults.
All the children are voiced by child voice actors, the adults are lesser known voice actors, and they all give really cohesive and charming performances that work well. The characters, by the way, are Little Shellen.
Hi, little Ellen. I'm a lonely old sock.
Her cousin, which is the girl from Total Drama Island.
This is what I'm talking about and walking about.
Little Nas X, or Little Nas X.
This is Freckle. Well, Freckle's his nickname because every great jazz player has a cool nickname.
Their grandma, Gramsby.
Now that is cute.
And Ellen's cat. And just to be honest, Ellen is pretty likable. Little Ellen, at least.
Yo, yo, yo! I'm about to do the most totally awesome...
But it's not like any of it was written by Ellen. They do specifically have small moments where Ellen will hold her hairbrush or something like that, like a microphone, as if she's doing a stand-up bit. But also, none of the stand-up really feels specifically Ellen.
And what's the deal with umbrellas anyway?
Like, that's Little Seinfeld.
Who's the first person to think,
You know where I want to put all my money? Inside a pig.
Now that's Little Gaffigan. I guess they do have Ellen dance a lot, and Ellen dances, right? And yep, it doesn't even seem like Ellen consulted with the show to give them any of her childhood stories. She's not credited for anything like that. They have it set in her hometown in Louisiana, but none of the characters are based off real-life people she knew, I don't think. The plot lines are all pretty standard and slightly forgettable, but, you know, they're for kids, so what can you do? The lessons the show teaches are kind of interesting as they go from more of an emotional intelligence angle, like teaching you it's okay if plants change, or quality over quantity. Although, the second episode is just about Ellen's cat being mopey. Like, the cat's just depressed all day, and Ellen and her friends keep trying to cheer it up, until finally, thanks to her grandmother's advice, she tells her friends to go home and tells her cat that it's okay if the cat's sad and that Ellen will be there for her cat if she ever wants it to, but she's gonna leave it alone. And then the cat just stops being sad or goes to cuddle up with Ellen. And then Ellen's just like, sometimes the best thing is to be sad with someone you love. A way to get emo on us there, little Ellen. One of the best aspects of the show is definitely the animation. The animation is superb because it feels like a storybook just flying off the pages. The company who worked on it, Lighthouse Studios, for sure needs more work. They're like an Irish animation company. Crazy. They've worked on shows like If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, the Cuphead show on Netflix, and something called Bug Diaries. I don't know what it is, but it really looks good. I like what that animation company's doing, so you know, I guess I'm okay with them taking that Ellen check. Just don't look her in the eyes while you do it, so help me. Like I said, the show is set in Louisiana, and the animation company really did it justice, making them really vibrant and giving the audience a lot to look at. The character designs are alright, they're pretty inoffensive. The cat can get really cute though. My only big issue here is with Ellen's design. Tell me if you see it. Yeah, why does Ellen need to constantly have a Band-Aid on her knee? Makes me feel icky.
Ew, a Band-Aid!
I know they have her getting the Band-Aid in the intro sequence and everything, but like, is the scab gonna ever heal? Is her wound gonna ever be fixed? Is she like the opposite of Wolverine? Does she never heal? Gramsy, you should be taking your grandkid to the hospital if they're never getting any better, okay? What's wrong with little Ellen? Oh, and the other thing I want to bring up is the odd angelic light that the show had to keep painting Ellen in.
Well, when I have a problem, I ask myself, what would Ellen do?
Yes, they do give her character flaws and little Ellen makes mistakes, but they're just these bits of dialogue that just stand out as if an executive was wanting to say, "Think Ellen's a good person!"
Which was so Ellen of you, wanting to make sure Helen had a good weekend? I mean, I have never heard anything so Ellen.
And Ellen was an executive, so, could have been her. So I guess while I didn't hate little Ellen, this is just a really peculiar career choice for her, especially after saying you thought a talk show was too easy to run, or whatever the heck she said. Sorry I don't keep up with my good Ellen quotes. I mean, you could have just researched it for the video. Shut up, you. Well, just throwing money at something isn't a good way to make content, though, Ellen. Whether it's for children or not, because while little Ellen was alright, it definitely isn't going to make an impact on children's media anytime soon. So, Ellen, maybe work a little harder next time, or even at all, on your next venture. I doubt little Ellen is going to get renewed for a second season since it was only given 8 episodes. But then again, I mean, Jellystone was only given 10 episodes, and I really liked that one from HBO Max, so who knows what they're thinking. Honestly, I guess I wouldn't be offended if it got renewed for a second season. It is just for preschoolers after all. Okay, so is there anything else I need to talk about before I go?
Look who's finally come out of the closet.
Stop it! No, I'm not touching it. Nope, I'm out. Okay, I'm out. Please subscribe, it really helps a lot. I'm starting to do sketch comedy, by the way. Later, little Smithies.